All right, welcome back to another episode of It Is What It Is podcast. I am your host, Cody Kelly. I am super excited, super excited about this. Because it's Monday. It is one of my favorite days of the week because I can get back into the gym. I am covering the episode on Black beauty, really focusing on not just the Black hair industry, but the Black, I would say, beauty experience. I have some amazing guests. Some of my other guests are experiencing technical difficulties. They should be on later. But I want to first introduce my first guest. Read Dominique's bio so you can get really a feel for her. Just an amazing professional. She connects with me. Guys, go to her Instagram and check it out. I'm going to read her bio for you. Have it right here. Nice little lengthy bio. I love it. So Dominique Valencia Spillman is the founder of Valencia's World of Beauty. She is an esthetician, permanent makeup artist, and entrepreneur. She began her journey as a makeup artist in March of 2013. She has received her license as an esthetician to expand her service menu and offering essential services for women that include body waxing, brow wax, and tint, eyelashes, as well as makeup artistry classes, special occasion makeup, photography makeup. In 2019, she received her certification in permanent makeup artist, which has become one of her new passions in the birth of her new business, Browtastic Beauty. In addition to her services, she has created an online store by the name of Drip and Glam to give women the option to purchase glamorous accessories to accent their overall look. Today's Dominique continues to provide services that cater to women who want a natural and classic look. She believes that offering a memorable and professional experience to her clients is what sets her apart in the beauty industry. And then I have with me as well another amazing guest, Bria Nicole Minor. Her bio, she is a licensed hairstylist, graduate from John Amico School of Hair Design in July 2019, currently owns her own salon / barbershop. So I need to pay her a visit, even though I don't have any hair, but if she could do a man weave, we need to talk. Specializes in natural hair and silk presses. Welcome to the show. How are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Doing well. Super excited about this one. And then I see one of my other guests, Sam. Thanks, Sam, for jumping on. I was wondering when you was going to just jump in here, but it is excited to have you. Can you hear me, Sam? All right, we'll just keep going until Sam gets his camera and things going. So look, Black hair industry is one of the most growing hair industries in the U.S. economy. Let me read some of these statistics. I was doing some of my research. Mental, who is basically a company evaluator, right? In 2018, did a financial analysis, so to speak, on the Black hair industry, found out in 2018 that the Black hair industry globally is worth $2.5 billion. If you include nails, brows, accessories, and just overall, I think anything that has to do with Black beauty, it is valued at around $3 billion. If you look at some of the numbers of the Black dollar spent, I found this interesting. And I want to read these stats before I kind of open up to the line of questioning, because these numbers really kind of took me for a surprise. If you look at the total consumer spend, and this is all inclusive of current data, in the U.S. economy alone, when it comes to hair and beauty aids, the U.S. or consumers spend $63.5 million annually. If you look at Black consumers, they spend 85% of that 63.5 million, coming to a total of 54.4 million. When it comes to women fragrances, hygiene, personal soaps, they have an overwhelmingly large share of the market. To sum it up, you could say that the majority of the income in the Black community is spent on hair. Some of the other interesting facts is when you look at what is spent on food, we are actually in the minority in that instance. So I think that is great. Sam, welcome. He's also a barber, a Chicago barber. Sam, I appreciate you being on the show. Hopefully we get settled and get you going. I see you walking over there. But when it comes to it, I want to start with you, Dominique, and then I'll basically give this to you, Bria. Why did you get into this beauty industry? What propelled you to get into this?
Well, I started, technically I started in beauty when I was 9. So I started doing my own hair, and I just started doing like cousins, things like that. And when I got older, I wanted to do cosmetology when I went to high school, but it was so saturated with students that wanted to get into cosmetology, I wasn't able to get in. So I went to cosmetology school after high school, And at that point, I had been doing hair for so long that I was kind of burnt out at that point. So I got maybe 500 hours or something like that.
Sure.
And I transitioned from doing hair to the aesthetic part of it, the skincare, the makeup, things like that. So that's what inspired me to get into the hair industry, is just me being as a child playing in my own hair, doing my doll's hair, things like that. And I really, really fell in love with hair at that point.
Awesome. Bria, why did you fall in love with hip hop? Why did you fall in love with hair? What's going on here?
So I got into the beauty industry when I was 15 years old. My aunt, she's a very lucrative hairstylist, and I was at the salon getting my hair done, and she was so busy. And she said, Bria, do you know how to shampoo? I said, no, but I could learn. And that's where it started from. I started off as a shampoo assistant. When I graduated from high school, I did go away to college. So hair is something that I kind of ran from, that burning passion inside of you that I just felt like, well, I can't make any money doing hair. It's not like a real career or anything like that. So I just ran from it. On September 9th, 2017, I was laid off from my job. And of course, I was hurt. I was devastated. What am I going to do? And I just said, go to hair school. Go to hair school, do what you love. So I got another job within a month. I was in hair school part-time. I was going to work full-time job every day, get off the train, go straight to school. I got my certification in a year and a half, took the test, got my license. I have my own salon now. It's the barbershop in the front, and my personal salon suite is in the back. And I just overall love making women feel beautiful about themselves. We're also therapists too, so just listening to their problems and helping them out, letting them see my light, doing the best I can, making them feel beautiful on the inside and the outside.
Awesome. Sam, can you hear me? Let me unmute my brother right here. Sam, can you hear me? He's still getting his. I'm gonna hit Sam up in the chats. Look, let me tell you about my experience. So my mother would get her hair done on Friday nights. She'd come home from work. Saturday was date night for my mother and father. She would get her hair done on Friday nights. I had the unfortunate, or I don't know if unfortunate is the word, but I had to go with her because she would pick me up from my grandma's house, drive me all the way to the city, which I did not enjoy. I would have to sit in a beauty salon while she was getting her hair done. Couple things. First of all, it takes forever for women to get their hair done. The second thing is it exposed me to a lot, right, of going on. Mm-hmm. I didn't mind going to the barbershop with my dad because that was just a totally different vibe as well. But it showed me how much detail is put into the Black hair experience, not just the Black hair, but Black beauty as a whole. So I want to go there. With this revenue, when you're talking about a $3 billion empire globally, right? Even in the UK, the numbers are estimated around something like 88 million euros, so that equates to about 100, million US dollars just in this specific niche. What is the future of Black beauty? And I'll start with you, Dominic. What's the future of Black beauty?
Well, beauty, the beauty industry evolves every day. It's always changing. So, but history always repeats itself. So from back in the day, Madam C.J. Walker to now, we saw how products has changed, how techniques on how to achieve certain hairstyles, even brows. People are getting ombre brows, which is a tattoo. So even from that, being different from the technique, making it look more natural as opposed to just looking like Angry Birds. You know what I'm saying? So everything is changing. So I could see the future of beauty, the beauty industry being more even automated. You may have machines in the future that's washing people's hair, because they're trying to replace human beings with machines now. So I can see, because we are surrounded by technology, I can see our beauty industry entering into that realm as well.
Bria, is there a push on your end? Are you seeing the introduction of automation of robotics basically taking place over, like, you no longer need a washer, right? You'll have a robot to be able to do all the integral work. Is that a real threat toward this industry?
I personally don't feel like it's a threat. I do see it. People try, it's starting slow with the booking sites and this and that and online, everything's a website. But I think there will always be a need for a hairstylist and a barber. It's only so much a machine can do. I'm not too threatened about it. I do believe they probably will try to move in that realm, but there's some things machines can do.
Awesome.
And I personally feel like hair is one of them.
Sam, you with me now?
What's going on, man? I'm sorry.
Hey, I appreciate your effort, man. I saw you struggling.
Man, I had to go outside and everything. I was like, oh man, they're going to think I don't know what I'm trying to do, and I'm on my phone. I kind of forgot. I didn't forget, but I tried to go to the gym first.
Yeah, I got you.
And I was like, so I'm still at the gym. I'm like dressed for. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I'm in the gym. But
you're good. You're good. I can see you in the locker room as long as nobody comes, and sees you, whatever. So
no, we're good.
You're a barber, Sam, and I can vouch for you. There are few barbers that I'd really vouch for. I'm talking about real skill. You, my boy Devin Walmack, Dre Lewis. You know what I'm saying? Real Clipper talent. But there is an evolution in black male. I don't want to say beauty. That might not be the appropriate word. But beauty, let's say beauty, right?
What handsomeness?
Right?
Man,
handsomeness. What is that growing trend? When I was coming up and I had hair, it was just about trying to get waves. But now, there's all types of styles, and now you have the introduction of the man weave. So what are you seeing out there?
All of that and the above. So. At some point me and you have actually talked about this during the install. Like I see there's a market there for sure.
Yeah.
I'm trying my best to erase that stigma that men shouldn't get that, because hair is a big industry in of itself. And to tell a guy that, oh man, you shouldn't get that because that's only a woman's type of thing. It's all about enhancing, making yourself feel good about yourself. Right. Enhancing something, making you feel more confident. We don't want people walking around with low self-esteem or poor self-image. So if someone wants to get something on their head that makes them feel like, oh man, I feel better about myself, I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? Like the evolution of hair is it's just with the times. We got I call it the nappy look. I don't know, everybody, they don't like that word, but like that natural curly look on guys, that's probably one of the most trendy things. You still got guys that like waves. You still got guys that you got the locks, and you got just the on top braids. It's so many different types of styles. You got to try. I try to make the experience not necessarily like the beauty shop, but I kind of want it to be that entire experience. Like women they're satisfied in a different way. Like they are relaxing. The beauty shop, they talk, but like it's a lot of soothing, relaxing things. And the guys kind of get some of the same thing. I still go to my own personal barber. I don't like cutting my own hair. That's just how I feel. But like, it's a relaxing, kind of mellow, chill vibe, and that's why I try to bring as a barber. Like man, sit back, relax. You ain't got to worry about nothing. I'm hooking your hair up. Yeah, and that's it.
Is there let me say this. Let's take it up a notch. So the reason why Sam and I discussed this possible install of a unit, because I got tired of people confusing me with my grandfather. I love my papa to death. God rest his soul. We're not the same person. I don't need somebody coming up to me like, Bishop, I'll be like, hey, it's just an awkward feel on my end. I like it. My wife likes the bald head. It doesn't bother me, but I do miss having something up here, right?
Right.
But is there controversy when it comes to black hair, right? There's certain do's and don'ts, these things that are taught. And for whatever reason, it has been expressed. Now you see kind of more like the Cam Newton type style, right? Mm-hmm. Where 5 years ago, that would have been a no-no. And 10 years ago, definitely not, right? So I'll start with you, Sam, then Dominique. Are there do's and don'ts, or let me rephrase, are there phobias in the black hair or the black beauty industry? And I'll start with you, Sam, Dominique, then Bria.
I like that a little bit better. It is definitely still phobias because I have a client currently that he doesn't like to wear his full beard, right? Like I'm a beard guy, obviously I got a beard, and like he's like, oh man, I got to cut it off because I got an interview, or I got a guy that like he wears the natural curl. Oh man, I think I need to cut it off because I got an interview. What like that is a phobia. Like why do I need to change my outward appearance as long as I can do the job correctly? You know, that has a lot to do. It's a little bit more in depth than just phobias. You know, it has a lot to
Mhm.
do with our heritage and how upbringing and slavery and things of that nature. But we as a people, we actually feel that way. Like they feel like as though I need to look a certain part so I can get this kind of corporate type of job. I personally think that's a that's a negative insight. That's making someone feel as though they're lower than some because of their hairstyle. That's just my look on it.
That makes sense. Dominique, is there a phobia? You deal, I know you and Bria, and I'll throw it to you next. You deal with a lot of different personalities, a lot of different circumstances. Is there fear? Is there like, I would get this, but I'm afraid that my job might think this looks ghetto or something like that? Is there fear or is there a phobia in the Black beauty industry?
Yeah, it's definitely phobias. My personal phobia is tackiness, but I mean, some people may think one thing is tacky and then others may not think it's tacky. Like, for example, lace fronts. I've seen people with natural looking lace fronts. I mean, it's only so natural you can make a lace front look. However, I've seen people where you could see where the hairline is, and you can see it very, very well. Or it's a bunch of makeup on it, it's a bunch of cake, and it's a lot of glue, and you can just see it all just pressed in, and it looks tacky to me. But some people may think that big hair is laid to the side. But me personally, I feel like things should look flawless. It should look natural. And like I said, I've seen people with lace fronts that looks really natural and melted to the scalp, and then I've seen people that it's like, okay, I can see that, and I can tell that you have a wig on. Also, like people that choose to wear like gold hair, purple hair, I do feel that if you're going to an interview, things like that, you should use things with discretion. So if you're going on an interview or you're going to work and that's not appropriate, I feel that you should be mature enough to say, hey, let me not wear this style because I have a interview coming up, or my job is not requiring me to look this way. They want me to look this way. Then you should do that. And maybe on a weekend when you go out with your friends, you can be your free self and say, hey, I want my hair to be yellow Saturday. I want my hair to be green. But when you go back to work, it should be brown or whatever, a natural looking color. So yeah, definitely it's phobias out here, and that's just my personal opinion.
I get you. Bria, I like that. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I've seen a lot of different hairstyles, a lot of things that have been very noticeable. Phobias. One of the laws that has been championed by like Ayanna Pressley, Congresswoman, Ayanna Pressley, Congresswoman AOC, Rashida Tlaib, others who have fought for the right of Black women to wear their natural hair. I believe it's the Crown Act or the Crown Law. Has this become a topic of discussion, right? Like when somebody comes to your shop and says, Bria, I want this, but I don't know if my job would receive this. Is there pressure to conform to a image of what beauty should be versus what beauty is?
Absolutely. I have several clients that just don't feel comfortable if they don't have weave in their hair. They don't feel comfortable, even if their natural hair is beautiful. It's just, I guess, what women want. And I agree with everything that I've heard so far, as even those clients that want to keep it professional, sometimes want to go outside of the box. And also with what Dominique was saying, when I was in school, we learned about face shapes, oval faces, diamond faces. You have to do, hairstyles that are appealing to your face shape, your body size. So all of that type of stuff does go into effect, and it can have a negative stigma, I guess, on what a woman should look like. And then we also have social media. We have magazines of telling us what beauty is. And I personally think that's why the beauty industry is so lucrative financially, because women see these things and they want to look the same exact way.
That makes sense. We'll talk about that beauty, Bria, and then Dominique. Now I'll throw it to you, Sam. Tell me about that, the beauty that is supposed to happen. Me, I I don't really, I mean, I don't know if I have a preference. Like my wife, you know, she can pretty much get anything. I don't really care if she has weave. I like her natural hair personally. If she was bald and looked like Amber Rose, it wouldn't bother me. I never put value in it because I thought that it was like superimposed image. It wasn't what was natural, right? And I saw a lot of gravitating toward this imagery that is false. I think Black women, especially when it comes to their natural look, is untapped potential, right? Its beauty is amazing. So tell me about that, right? So like, what is the beauty standard? When I remember as a kid, there was a poster on the barbershop wall, and it would had a list of numbers and then what you could get, and somehow this was the standard or the box. Tell me about that standard. First Bria, then Dominique, and then you, Sam.
So, at least for weave, I know, you know, back in the day, maybe they had bleaching creams and things like that. Women wanted lighter skin. They wanted straight hair. They wanted long hair, things like that. And like I said, nowadays we have social media. We have all these Instagram influencers. We have celebrities, basically defining what beauty is, and women just they want that look. They want that look, and they will go through anything to achieve that. But it's just at the end of the day, you just have to have self-love, and you have to embrace yourself, and it's just know that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, basically.
Awesome, Dominique. So that look, what is? And I've seen it. I've seen the Instagram look. Is that the look? Do they come in and say, "I need to be this"? Right? What is that look?
Yeah, I mean, me being a makeup artist, definitely people come in and they bring pictures and they say, "Hey, this is what I want my makeup to look like," or "This is because I still dibble and dabble in hair too. This is what I want my hair to look like," and I'm looking like sometimes people think things are. I'm trying to see how to say this. They think that you can transform them into this individual.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's like, well, for example, if somebody come in with pencil thin brows, they want me to make their brows look like they're full with hair. I'm like, well, I'm not a plastic surgeon, you know, but I can achieve that similar look with tint or with a tattoo, you know. But
Right.
everybody is not in that position to say, hey, well, let me go to that extreme to get my eyebrows tattooed. They may not have the money for that. You know, they're doing transplants now where they're taking hair from the back of people's neck or whatever, and they're transferring it to the face and creating hair for people's brows, you know. So everybody don't have the money for that. You know what I'm saying? But they want that look. So they come in and they think that we're supposed to create a miracle and make it happen. But then when you say, well, this is what this is going to cost, then they're, oh, well, that's too much, you know. So it really, yeah, everybody, I ain't going to say everybody because, you know, as far as social media, I know that people look at it like, oh, well, look how she looks. I want to go to her because she got the Gucci bag and her hair is long and, you know, her face beat to the gods. You know, they looking at that look like, I want that look, but you don't look like her. You're not her. You know, so you have to get something that complements your look. You know, get something that, not saying that you can't wear long hair. Anybody can wear long hair, but don't think that people have this imagery in their head that they're going to look exactly like that person. You know, like when they bring in a picture and say, hey, I want my makeup done like this, you know, I can create that look. However, is it going to look right on you? Or are you going to think that's too much? Because what we see on Instagram, Facebook is not what you see in real life. Because when you see those people in real life, up close and personal, it's way too much because those are for photos, those are for pictures. So if somebody come in and say, I want my face done like this, all right, do you know that's a photo shoot? Her makeup is super heavy in order for her to look like that on that picture. I can make you look like that, but I can make you look like that for everyday look. But if you're doing a photo shoot, then I can go all out and do all, you know what I'm saying? But some people personally like that over the top, that Instagram look every day. I'm not knocking people that do that. But when you go into the grocery store and you're looking like that, people will be like, whoa, where is she going? You know what I'm saying? So, it just really depends. Depends on the person.
Depends on the person. I want to throw this, and I see Sam's having some technical difficulties. I want to throw this. Got two more questions. One of our audience members, the attorney Elliot Powell, says there's still a desire for African Americans to appeal to the quote unquote white community. I guess to interpret that, is there gentrification even in your industry? Right? Like, is it is I don't want to say the orange look because that might be a little off, but is there a push to resemble the Kardashian effect, right? To take this, I would say, median of what we think Black beauty is and duplicate it, right, in a very false sense. Do you see like kind of external pressures, like if because I remember growing up in the suburbs, growing up in Orland Park, predominantly white, they wouldn't get weave, they would get hair extensions. It's kind of like the same thing, right? So is there a push for gentrification even in your industry?
Is that a question for me?
Yeah.
Well, I would say yes, because like the Kardashians, for example, I'm not going to say she brought this out, but she's the one that inspired this whole highlighted look under the eyes. Okay, so it was this yellow setting powder called banana powder, and everybody wanted to wear the banana powder. Everybody wanted this highlighted effect under their eyes. Then after everybody started wearing that, it made some people look like clowns because it don't go with your skin tone. Okay, It doesn't go with your look. It fits Kim because she had a professional makeup artist do it. Okay, she had a professional makeup artist that knew what they were doing to do this. So then you had the African American girls, dark skin like me, Rhea's skin tone that wants to do the banana powder. And now when you take pictures and the flash come on, now you're looking like, really scary. And, yeah, I do feel like, people have that, that desire to want to look like people like him. They want to look just like her. They want to look like Kylie Jenner. They want to create that look, and then when they do, it doesn't look right. Don't look right. So you have to, be able to use products and do things that complement you. Right. Okay. But yeah, definitely, and then I'm going to say this too, I mean, even with the white community, they desire things from the Black community as well. They want to wear their hair with the locks and things like that. So we're not going to just say, oh, Black women want that white woman look. Right. Oh, Black women want to have the long hair, the long white Caucasian texture. They want that look because you have some Caucasians that want the texture of African Americans as well, as far as the lock look, things like that. So yeah,
that makes sense. Sam, you with me, bud?
Man, yes, I am. I am so sorry.
You're good. You're good. I see you're moving.
Do I enter? No, go ahead. I'm listening.
As a barber, is there a push or is there a push toward a different beauty standard that may not be of one's culture? Is there a push for gentrification? Like if you come in and say, man, I want that Justin Timberlake look, right? Like it was just fine. You can have whatever you want. But do you see that on a barber's end?
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
I said, is there a push for like a gentrified look when it comes to male beauty standard and as far as the barber profession? Is there a push for that?
Honestly, I cut all types of ethnicity hair. It's almost the same. So it's different. As far as the texture, that's about the only difference. But almost everyone gets their hair cut the exact same way, except for maybe some of the whites and some of the Latinos, because they leave it on top longer, and most of them you need to use shears. Unfortunately, a lot of the black barbers or some of the barber schools, they don't offer how to do shear work. I actually went to a cosmetology school, and that's all they taught us at first. We barely did very little barbering, so like it was a lot of shear work. But no, I see. Across the board, I see a lot of the same level playing field. I've seen it going to the extreme in the sense that I've seen like some Asians and some Latinos and some things that they do rubber bands to try to nap their hair up so they can get the curly look. Those are a little bit extreme, but like everyone, like I don't want to say it's a copycat, but like some people are authentic and some people aren't. Some people they look better with certain looks, some people just don't. It's all about preference.
All about preference. Briz, for that preference, do you feel pressured? And it's fine. The client has the right to choose whatever look that they would like. They're paying for it at the end of the day. But is this push organic, or is there like, I want to look like this, right?
Yeah, it's like that. The client, they'll show you a picture and say, I want this. But I agree with what Dominique said earlier. Sometimes you have to even just gracefully decline and bow out and just say, you know what, type of hair that you have, I understand this is the style that you want, but we will not be able to achieve it due to X, Y, Z, or for whatever reason. Because like Dominique was saying, we do change lives. We care or aesthetics or whatever we do, but we're not magicians. So I don't know about it.
No, absolutely agree. People love to show you pictures. Like, hey, I want this right here. And I've gone accustomed to doing this. I'm like, okay, man, and I don't mind pictures.
Right.
I don't mind them. But I always I'm like, just know that person on there, that's them. And you gonna look like you after I'm done. So I'll get as close to the style that you want me to get to. I got you. I get like weird, like the mohawk. I want to look just like this. No, man, I'm not a surgeon. I'm just I'm gonna get you to where I think you need to be, but you still gonna look like you at the end of the day. So I always tell people that I love pictures. I don't mind them, but just know that you still you when you get out of my chair.
You still you. Look, I appreciate you guys. What's up, Dominique? Go ahead.
I wanted to add to that too, because people, they ask for something and they think they want it until they get it, and then they don't like it on them. Just like with makeup, I've done, people that show me pictures, it happens so much. Like, I want my makeup just like this, and then I do it, and then at the end, they're like, oh, this is too much. Well, you showed me a whole full glam. You said this is exactly what you want, and I gave you exactly what you wanted. And they're like, oh, well, it's too much. I had that happen with a client. I had to take it off 3 times. Ooh. And it got to the point where I said, well, ma'am, listen, I'm a professional makeup artist. You could have did this yourself, So it happened. It happens a lot.
Yeah.
That, oh my God.
Did she pay you? Imagine. I can only imagine having to take it off.
I can't help you.
You're gonna have to live with that look, sweetheart. I'm like, you gotta live with this today.
You gotta live with it.
This is you from now on.
Look, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys, being a part of this. I know I told you, 30 minutes. I kept you over by 5. Bria, where can they connect with you? What are you doing? Where's your shop located? Where can people hit you up?
My shop is located in Stager, Illinois, 432 West 34th Street. It's called Access Granite Hair Studio. I can be found. My Facebook is Bria Nicole Minor. Instagram, Lavish Styles by Bria _. Yeah.
Awesome. Dominique, where can they connect with you? Where can they find you?
Well, I'm on Instagram at V like Victor _ World Beauty. Also on Facebook, Valencia's World of Beauty. And I'm located in Morgan Park, Chicago, right off of 114th and Vincennes. And my website is www.valenciasworldofbeauty.com.
Awesome. And Sam the man, you driving? I know. Where can they find you right now? Where you on your way?
I'm trying. So you can find me on Instagram and Facebook. So Instagram is SJP _ EST 1988. Sam J Passion at Facebook. My own personal shop is on 82nd and King Drive, and I also work at another shop in Dalton, 97 Barbershop. That's located 15033 Woodlawn Avenue in Dalton, Illinois.
Awesome. Look, audience, connect with these individuals. They are amazing. Just hairstylists and beauty aestheticians, just amazing, just makeup artists, amazing, just talent. I'm so grateful to have these guys on. When I put out the post-production, you'll have all their links. You can connect with them there. Tomorrow's episode is on colorism. I have an amazing panel of dark skin, medium, light skin. We're going to go there because I ended up watching, sometimes, with COVID, I go back and watch, Black movies. That's what I do, right? So my wife and I were watching Spike Lee's infamous School Days. And, it comes to the part when they're talking about good or bad hair, see if I care, dark hair, good or bad hair, and the whole just music ensemble. And I realized, man, this issue of colorism has been an old issue. It's an ongoing talk, right? So we're going to go there tomorrow. We're going to talk about it. What it's like to be light skinned, what it's like to be dark skinned, what it's like to be brown skinned. I have experienced a great deal of insight of being light skinned in the world of America. So
let me in on that one too.
Let me know. I'll send you the link. But I look forward to, I thank you guys again. Connect with these great individuals. You see them. Dominic has their Instagram page up. Sam has his Instagram page up. Bria's on Instagram. Hit her up. I love you guys. Till next time. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, y'all.
Thanks for having me.